Hello and welcome Radio Zindagi listeners. I'm RJ Renuka. Today we have a really exciting show with Amit Inamdar. We are going to get that power-packed 30 minutes of information from Amit on the impact of school districts in the home buying decisions. We always welcome you to call us at 510-270-8830. To ask a question on the radio. However, if you are unable to get in, you can always submit a question for a personal response. Just go to Amit's website, ownsweethome.net, and click on the radio show link to submit your question. And you can always find Amit Inamdar just by searching his name on Google. Hello, Amit, and welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Renuka. Hello, friends. Hello, listeners. Own Sweet Home, and welcome to my show. Power Hour with me, Amit Inamdar. You know the schools have just started and it's a relief, okay? Entertaining kids for the whole summer is such a difficult task, especially when you have to work all day and also keep the kids entertained. So with that relief, let's focus on the home buying with schools in mind. Experience shows that one of the most talking points in deciding the home price, the sellers are narrowing down the neighborhoods with the buyers, is the schools. Okay, so the sellers will sometimes price in the schools into the home because they are good schools, and buyers are willing to pay the premium for good schools. So today we will focus on the issues such as private versus public schools. Should you always buy in the best school district? What are the API scores and what do they really mean? And as many of you know, there are no more API scores out there. Last time they announced it was 2013. So when should you focus on the schools? How do the schools affect the prices of the homes? And of course, for any questions you may have, you can call us at 510-270-8830. This is a different number than you're normally used to. The number again is 510-270-8830. Thank you.
So, Amit, where does one start in deciding on school and neighborhood selections?
And I thought you'll never ask, Renuka. That's what is called a real power hour with me, Amit Inamdar. Okay, it's called one-on-one discussion, power hour. All right. Okay, so you meet with me. That's what you do first. However, I will tell you, each family needs are unique. So for specific answers, it really starts with you. What is your family situation today? Are you single, married with kids, no kids? How many kids are going to school? How many kids you have? If two or more, are they going to go to different schools like elementary versus high school in next 5 to 7 years? Do you look for good elementary schools or all schools have to be good? And most importantly, how do you define a good school? And if you think good schools are for everyone, think about the people looking for retirement. Do they really care about schools?
Oh, no. Those are too many questions, Amit.
Right.
Even to consider while you were talking, it's like, oh, well, I don't know.
Sorry. I just kind of ran over. All right.
So,
okay.
So, listeners, knowing your own situation and then a one-on-one consultation with Amit, clarifying your real wants and needs. He always talks about those. So your real wants and needs is the key for great schools and neighborhoods, right?
And that's very true, Renuka. Yes, unless you know your own situation, it's very difficult to know the answers. Experience shows that the homeowners stay in their homes typically 5 to 7 years. So if you were to actually survey the sellers and say, how long did you stay in this home? They will answer somewhere between 5 to 7 years. Okay, that's how that number came about. And why 5 to 7 years? Look at the families. Once the kid is born, it takes 5 to 7 years for the kids to start school. Then KG to K6, about 5 to 7 years. Followed by middle and high school, that takes around 6-7 years. So at each stage of such school event, many families change homes.
But then to avoid changing homes, don't you want to buy in a school district that is all good for, all schools are good, elementary, middle, high school.
You know, at first it may seem so, Renuka, okay, until the affordability concerns dampen your desires, okay. The 1,000 square feet home, for example, which is almost 60 years old in Cupertino, it's costing somewhere in the mid around $1.5 million. And same home in Mission School District costs maybe about $1.1 to $1.2 million. Okay. However, if you have just moved away from these good school areas, same size home, may save you anywhere from 200 to 400K in the home purchase price, and you will have a equally good elementary school.
So listeners, you are listening to Power Hour with Amit Inamdar, and today we are talking about the impact of school districts in home buying decisions. If you have any questions regarding real estate, mortgages, or today's topic, the school district in buying the home, do give us a call in the studio, 510-270-8830, 270-8830. So Amit, I understand savings money on home purchase. However, how about the neighborhoods? Many times home buyers think that only good schools have good neighborhoods. Is that
right? See, I'm no way suggesting to buyers to buy homes in the neighborhoods that are bad. Okay, you can still find good neighborhoods and decent schools. You just have to meet with me, and based on your financial constraints and family needs, I will guide you to these neighborhoods. However, the first question you want to ask is, what is a good school to you? Good elementary school, in my opinion, is any school above 800 API score. API stands for Academic Performance Index. The scores of the elementary schools are important because these schools eventually feed into middle schools and high schools for the specific neighborhoods. Typically, 4 to 5 elementaries feed into one middle and one high school. So out of that 4 to 5 elementary, there are some schools that are equally good where all schools are good, similar to that.
You just talked about the API scores. Can you talk more on that? Many of us know that, especially the school kids, parents, that the last time we saw API scores was in 2013. How good are those numbers, and when are the API supposed to resume?
Right. So good question, right? And I'm sure many of our listeners want to know answer to this one. The API was suspended in May of 2014. Okay, so last time they actually published it was 2013, as you said. So Academic Performance Index, API for short, is a chief measure of the school's academic growth or the progress for this year and the next. California has done Smarter Balanced Field Test in 2014 and are officially launched this test in 2015. This test is going to provide the base API. Then the results from the 2016 test will provide Growth API, a basis for comparison and calculation of school's 3-digit API number. So until then, you have to rely on 2013 API numbers. Now you said, how good are those numbers, right? So remember, the school attendance and the respective neighborhoods, right, do not undergo complete transformation in 2 years. You can't have all the people move out and new people move in. So the numbers are still good guide for the school selection. There are many good elementary neighborhoods with API scores above 800 and relatively less neighborhoods with secondary school APIs being in the high range.
So do you suggest that the home buyers buy into Mission and Cupertino for middle and high schools?
Not necessarily. I know all schools are good in Cupertino, all schools are good in Mission, but excellent schools like Mission and Cupertino have scores well above in the 900 range, 1,000-point scales. However, these scores have a lot to do with parent participation than the school itself, in my honest opinion. Also, when your kids have completed this elementary education, right? You know where your kid really stands. Are they really good? Are they okay? Are average? And whether they can put up under the pressure and competition of such high-ranking schools. Also, by the time your kid is ready for the middle and high school, the home schools might have improved over that 5 to 7 year period, and you will never know. And something similar that happened, right? Ardenwood, Forest Park were the only good elementaries, and by the time people bought homes in the early 2000s and could not move out of Ardenwood, the scores of the middle and high school also kind of went up, and those are considered good schools too.
Amit, I remember you telling a story about two moms sitting in a party and talking about, oh, my school is better, oh, my school is better.
Right.
You want to tell that story?
Oh, man, I don't really want to, but if you insist, I will, okay? So I was at a party, this was few years back, okay? And this was down in Cupertino, okay? So Cupertino guys, don't take it to heart, okay? But this has really happened, okay? So two ladies saw each other after such a long time. And they said, hey, hi, how are you? How are you? Okay, hi. Oh, we live in Cupertino. Oh, I live in Cupertino too, right? So, oh, this is my son. He goes to this school. And she says, oh, this is my daughter. She goes to that school. Then she says, oh, our school score is 970. The other one says, oh, our school score is 972. And the first lady tells her, oh, your playground is small. Okay? So that level of social pressure you really do not want to subject to, okay? So just take my advice. Anything above 800 is good, and all of California has the same curriculum. As a matter of fact, these good schools also get teachers transferred from bad schools to teach in the good schools, okay? So you tell me, who is really doing the work, the parents or the teachers, right?
That is true. That is true. So, listeners, you are listening to Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. If you have any questions regarding real estate, loans, or today's subject, that is schools and home buying decision, do give us a call in the studio. Number 510-270-8830. 270-8830. So, Amit, with standard California curriculum, other factors like student-to-teacher ratios are important too. You just talked about this.
Right. No, absolutely.
So,
yeah. So the standard, it's a standard curriculum across California. So you need to figure out where your kid is going to get most attention, right? So you have to kind of look at it this way. Your kid is going to get better attention where the kids-to-teacher ratio is low. That means teacher is handling less kids compared to more kids. So API score does not necessarily indicate how well educated your child will be. API measures academic performance, not the school quality. Would you rather give less time for your kid to digest the new knowledge or more? And that is where student to teacher ratio becomes important. However, going forward, I have read that the new API is supposed to incorporate other measures like high school graduation rates and also the college and career readiness of the students who actually graduate. So the API itself is also evolving.
Wow, you are giving out so much information, Amit. I mean, it's home buying, it's already hard, and getting the schools, it's again, I mean, there are so many factors involved even in deciding the schools.
Right. I'm not trying to confuse everybody, but there is a lot of information out there, and there is some lot of things that you don't know, okay? So, जो पता ही नहीं रहेगा तो उसके बारे में बात ही कैसे करेंगे, right?
True, that is true. So, Amit, which resources should one use in deciding over the school scores and neighborhoods?
All right. I think a lot of people use this website called greatschools.net. They give rankings anywhere from 1 to 10 scale. However, I've found many discrepancies when compared with the API on their scale. For example, I've seen like same API schools have widely different 1 to 10 ratings. So I personally like to go to the source. The source is California Department of Education website. It lists the API scores for each school and also distribution of these scores among various ethnicity. It tells you how the scores may have improved from year before year, before this year, right? So it also tells you how the school is performing for last 2-3 years. However, to use the site, you need to know the name of the school. So I've simplified the process on my website. So if you go to ownsweethome.net and the schools link, then based on the home address, you can find the schools associated with that home address. Once you know the school names, you can find out the API scores by going to Department of Education website. And also the link is on the same page that I'm referring to. Also, when you work with me, my emails always give you these links for instant access to check the school information. And we're going to take a short break and come back.
Have you joined the Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club. Membership is automatic once you buy your dream home from Amit Inamdar. He's both real estate and mortgage broker. One stop, no need to shop.
Oh, Amit Inamdar from Own Sweet Home.
Yes, that's Amit from OWN Own Sweet Home. Call him today, 510-364-6686. Again, 510-364-6686. Or visit ownsweethome.net. That is ownsweethome.net. DRE number 0135552 NMLS 236574.
Looks like we have a caller. Michael? Oh.
Please enter a number followed by the
sorry,
pound.
your call got dropped, so please call back, okay? So welcome back, friends. This is Amit Inamdar. If you are in the market to sell, buy, or finance your home, you will get unbiased advice that will save you money. And that's my promise to you. Looks like the call is back again. Hi, this is Amit Inamdar. Who am I talking to?
Hey, hi Amit, this is Sandeep, and I was listening to you giving the information about the school district and where to buy homes and some information links.
Yes, yes, Sandeep.
For the first-time home buyers who have kids who are not yet, they're still in preschool, what are your suggestions? Can you just...
All right. So if the kids are in preschool, Sandeep, okay, you have...
I'll take the call offline because I'm driving.
Sure. Yeah. So just listen to my on the radio, okay? Yeah. So when the kids are in basically preschool, that means they are going to go to KG and first grade pretty soon, okay? And as I said earlier in my show, sailors or homeowners live in their homes around 5 to 7 years. So knowing that, you do need to actually look for a good elementary school when buying your first home, because that's where you are going to plan your next 5 to 7 years. Okay, so that's what would be the answer would be to your question. All right, Renuka.
So, listeners, if you want to learn about current market and home buying, you can view the first time home buyer webinar. It is available on the website ownsweethome.net, that is OWN-sweethome.net. If you are a first-time home buyer or just want to feel comfortable with the home buying process, do visit the website and listen to the recorded webinar. This will not only give you the overview of the home buying process, it will also pre-qualify you, let you know more about neighborhood selections and school selections, etc. Link is located as an image on the left column. You cannot miss it. If you do not remember the website, just Google Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will get to his website. So after you have viewed the webinar, all your questions may have been answered and you will have new questions. This is when you can have one-on-one meeting with Amit for your pre-approval and neighborhood selection. And of course, you can discuss the schools with Amit at that point. And this is your one-on-one with Amit Inamdar, which is absolutely free, and that is called a Real Power Hour with Amit Inamdar.
Okay, so let me clarify. Everything that you do with me is free until you buy a home, right? I mean, I don't get paid until you buy a home. So it's not like you come to me and you ask me questions and I charge you for it. So there's nothing like that. I work on contingency basis, and only when you buy a home, that's when I get paid. And the other way you pay me is, of course, letting your friends, family, co-workers and neighbors know, hey, there is this guy, Amit Inamdar, really great guy, you should talk to him. Okay, so that's what you should remember.
And you know how they should tell their friends how to find you?
Of course,
Yeah,
they can Google my
Amit
name, right?
Inamdar.
Exactly, yes.
So Amit, in the beginning you mentioned about private versus public school. What is your advice?
Right. See, first of all, everyone needs to know that public schools are free. And in private schools, you will pay somewhere around $1,500 per month. So first question is, do you have an ability to pay for schools, or you rather send the kid to a public school? That money translates, that 1,500 translates into 300K in the home price in today's interest rates. Okay, investments in home have the investment grow as the prices climb, as long as the quality of education is comparable to these private schools. Money spent on private schools is just lost, and your discretionary cash is spent on the school cost. Quality of education is good in private schools. However, think about your ability to pay for them. Many times I have seen parents choose to buy in a decent neighborhood because they want to have a better looking home and send the kid to private school. I am personally, to tell you the truth, a big proponent of public schools. Here you get same quality education and your investment in home grows as the prices climb.
So I think I'm coming back to the same question again. I mean, understanding what about buying in good school district where all schools are good, elementary, middle, and high school.
Right. See, like I was telling Sandeep, right? I mean, people stay in the homes around 5 to 7 years. Knowing this, you want to focus on schools that are needed for you based on your child's age, and of course, how good your child is when they move into the middle and high school stages. Who knows? I mean, another thing is you may get promoted in your job, and your promotion may move you across the bay, and the commute to your work may change, or the schools have to be changed at that point. Or you may go to Southern California or go out of state because of that job change and because of promotions. So I advise all listeners is to make decisions based on your situation today. Because if you base your decision on the future, you may have regrets if the future does not happen as planned. However, when you make a decision based on your situation today, you will never regret that decision, because looking back, that was the best decision you could have made at that time.
So, Amit, any more thoughts on focusing on your wants and needs today?
Remember, if you just need good elementary, your choices of neighborhoods open up. You save 200 to 300K in home prices. I remember a call from my past client, okay? I repeatedly advised them to buy a home just focusing on elementary school that would cost them about $750,000. Instead, they bought a home worth almost $1.1 million with 5% down payment. This was some time back, okay, in the peak of that 2006. Now they sold the home that was in good school district. The reason being the monthly payments were too high, almost $8,000 a month, right? Due to high, and then the school had high student to teacher ratio, and kid was not learning as expected according to the mom. So see, remember, when I give you advice to buy a lower priced home, I make less commission, you know. Why would I do that? Because, of course, I have your best interest at heart and in my mind. By the way, I now have a loan program that you can buy a home with a down payment as low as 5%, just like these people did, and a loan amounts as high as $1 million.
That's a great news, Amit.
Yep, the lenders have come along after the tightening that happened after the crash of 2008.
So, Amit, what is your advice to home sellers?
The advice to home sellers, right? So, home sellers, of course, I mean, as I said, they also want to price based on what the neighborhood amenities are and the schools are, right? So, when you want to sell your home, what do you want to happen? You want most qualified buyer paying the market price for your home. As you know, I invest my marketing dollars in finding buyers. You may see other agents trying to spend their marketing dollars in getting listings, marketing the home, and more, just to get buyers to the property. So rather than wasting efforts in activities that eventually lead to buyers, I focus on buyers themselves. So when you call me, I may have a ready-made buyer for you who is pre-qualified. And as long as both of you agree on the price, you have your home sale confirmed without the hassles of open houses, keeping the house clean, and restricting the home and cooking life until the home is sold. I call this my silent market sale. My vast network of home buyers, other real estate agents, the networking meetings I regularly participate, gets a buyer for your home right away. So when you hire me, I will have a worry-free sale, knowing a qualified buyer has purchased your property will also give you a worry-free selling experience.
So definitely, listeners, if you are planning to sell your home this year, next year, or even before 2017, contact Amit today. You will get to meet Amit and his home selling team. You will learn what it takes to sell your home in today's market. And as markets slow down, you need experts like Amit to help you, educate you, and make sure you get the highest possible price in shortest possible time with least amount of inconvenience to you.
Right,
and selling home is a skill. So you want to continue?
Right. You know, selling home is a skill, right? It requires vision to look beyond how the home looks today and how it should look before it goes on for sale. Selling a home also creates liabilities on the seller's part as the buyer is paying hefty price for the home. Seller has a lot of obligations and legal statutory duties to disclose. I have expertise in product marketing. Home is a product we, the home selling team, and you are going to sell together. Sellers need guidance in terms of preparing the home for sale. What upgrades provide larger returns, and what is the right kind of investment to do before you sell. So as a first-time home seller now, you need to get invaluable advice when you meet with me, and we'll definitely go from there.
Great. Thank you for the show, Amit. It was a wonderful show.
Hey, thank you, Renuka. Thank you, listeners. Remember, when you hire me, you get a dedicated negotiations expert on your side. So call me after the show, 510-364-6686, since we ran out of time. Okay, 510-364-6686.